Well, hi everybody, OldZorro here. Good to see you today. I hope this video finds you well. We are going to do something a little different today. Oh, what do I hear? I hear an Enderman around here somewhere. You hear him too? I wonder where he is. Anyways, if we don't look at him, he won't bother us. But hey, today what I thought we would do is talk about redstoning. We've had a couple people interested in redstoning, interested in the very, very basics of redstoning. It can be very confusing. But I thought we'd start right from the very beginning. This is going to be a beginner's class in redstoning. We're going to talk about redstone just from the very basics, how it works, what the principles are, and kind of build up a little bit every episode or so, just to help increase your understanding of how redstone works, what it does, and what things you can do with it. So let's go ahead and turn around, and we're gonna head on down to the mysterious Z cave, where we'll do our tutorial, our instructions. I'm not going to show you how to get there because it's the mysterious Z cave. Okay, we'll see you there, or for those of you out of the U.S., the Z cave. All right, I'll meet you there. All right, here we are down in the mysterious Z cave, where I do all of my redstone testing and other mysterious things that I can't talk about because it's mysterious. Let's go ahead and turn around, and I'll show you what we mean. Now we're going to start off with the, like I say, this is not even 101. This is elementary redstoning. So if you have redstoning, if you're a redstoning expert, wait till the end of the video, and we are going to show the mystery house for the day and the mystery build, and see if you can guess what that is. And I may put a link up on the page right now to let you know what time to go for. If you want to fast forward to the mystery house and see if you can guess which one that is. But yeah, I'll do that. There, it should be above me right now. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and start with the basics of redstone. Okay, so when we get started with redstone, which I've got in my hand right now, is what it looks like in our inventory right there, the redstone dust. Redstone dust we can just place down on a solid surface and connect by placing redstone next to it. Think of redstone dust as a wire, as something to conduct power or energy. And in this case, there's no power or energy going through it, so that's why it's dark. If we wanted to do things with this redstone dust, we basically are connecting points of power to an object or something that we want to get a reaction from. So in this case, let's go ahead and start with something very, very simple. I'm going to put a redstone lamp down, and this redstone lamp is unpowered, as you can tell by it being dark. If I add a power source to it, the power is going to go from this, in this case, a redstone torch, which we can make on our crafting table just by using a stick and a piece of redstone. And you notice we have a redstone torch that we can make there. But it's basically a way of transferring power from energy from one source to another, one spot to another. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and drop down the redstone torch, which is a power generator, and you'll notice that the light comes on. Simple as that. You'll also notice that the redstone dust turns bright red. It's got that particle effect above it that shows that it's powered, and there you go. We have built our very first redstone device. Okay, I'm going to turn off that light just by getting rid of the power source. Now, something else you can do is put down a switch to be able to turn something on and off. Now, a lever is created by, whoops, I don't have any cobblestone in my inventory right there, by using, yeah, let's go and make sure we're using the crafting bench. We don't have to use the crafting bench on items that only require two different ingredients, but I'm going to anyway. So you notice a piece of cobblestone and a stick will give you a lever. Alrighty, so in this case, we already have a lever created, and the lever, just think of it as the light switch at your home. It is the way to turn on and turn off a signal to add power to the redstone. Okay, simple as can be. There's different ways of setting up power. There are lots and lots of things within Minecraft give you the ability to send a power signal. Okay, here's an oak pressure plate. An oak pressure plate sends power on the four outside, or the four connecting areas next to it, on the four edges there. If you step on it, it'll send a signal across that power to turn on the light. When you get off of it, it turns the signal off. So lots of different things that will send a signal, will give you a power source in Minecraft. I'm not going to go through all of those right now, but that gives you an idea. Now, let's see, am I using a silk touch? Yeah. Doesn't have to just be lights. You know, we can also have a door, for example. Let's throw a door down. Am I going to need a frame? Nope. Okay. If I want to go ahead and put that pressure plate down, and I hit that signal, there it opens up the door. What's nice about devices that create power or create energy, you don't necessarily need to have redstone next to it. This is a redstone lesson, so I am going to be talking about that, but just for a little heads up, for some knowledge, that door is occupying this square right here, so I can't put the pressure plate any closer, but it is right next to the object that will receive a redstone signal, in this case the door. If I step on that, the door opens. So you see a lot of people use that to have an automatic door opener. Okay, very, very simple. Very easy stuff. So, yeah, I know I should have my axe up, but I don't. Sue me. Send it to the mysterious Z Cave. See if you can do that. Send that the lawsuit. Anyways, so one thing else I want to show you, I've got it open right now, is a repeater. Now, I'm not going to get into stuff much deeper than just a redstone dust and repeaters. But I should mention, let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not even going to count. Let's just drop it on down. Redstone dust has a distance that it can carry a signal. So let's go ahead and drop that redstone torch down. You notice how the redstone gets lighter as it goes down to the end here until eventually it gets turned off. Oh, that's perfect timing. Look at that. We got right to, we must have 16 pieces down. This one is not powered. So I can prove that to you by dropping a light down and nothing. We get no power. We get no light off of that source because, excuse me, the signal has degraded enough that it can't reach this light. So how do we do that? That's where these redstone repeaters come in. And a redstone repeater is created. I always like to bring up this little show all area. If you click on the redstone, that is a comparator. We're not going to talk about that today. There's a redstone repeater. We need 3 pieces of stone, 2 redstone torches, and a piece of redstone dust. Now, if we want to increase this signal, I'm going to turn the signal off just so I can show you for dramatic effect. I'm going to put the redstone repeater down. Now, notice it's got this little arrow on it. That tells you which way the signal is going to be flowing. Okay, the signal, if we've got a power source on this side and an item that we want to send power to on the other, we have to send it toward the item that we're sending the signal to. I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and drop that redstone torch down and watch what happens. See that? Now it beefs the signal all the way down to the redstone lamp. And I believe it's 16. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Okay. 15. You have to have a repeater in there if you're going to go more than 15 spaces. Okay? pretty simple. Now, there's something that I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna put this pressure plate down because we're gonna send the signal down to it. So I think we've got it down that the redstone dust carries the signal. A repeater repeats that signal or increases it again and sends it on down to whatever device we're going to be using or we want to power. Now you notice on this repeater, it has a movable switch on it. Well, this is a timing switch. I believe it's 0.2 seconds. It's a 2/10 of a second for each switch. So if we've got off now, if we've got just set to a regular, I should say off, the power is just going to go straight through. There may be like a 1 tick or a very small pause on that, but I'm not sure. If you do know the answer to that, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I don't know everything. This is a basics class, and I'm getting too complicated. Sorry about that. But if we increase the number of clicks or the number of ticks on this device, it's going to slow down the signal. It'll slow it down before it gets there. So let's go ahead and stand on this pressure plate and see how long it takes for that signal to get there. Okay, see, it's pretty immediate. And you notice there is a little bit of a pause when you get off. It may be difficult for you to see just one click, but let's see what happens. See if we can tell the difference. Okay, just a fraction of a second slower. Let's go ahead and take it all the way up so you can definitely see the difference. Okay, now that's a more obvious delay. Now, yes, this is a cumulative. If I want to add more redstone repeaters to it, I can do that and increase the tick. So the signal is going to take a little bit longer to get through this device. And then once it gets to this next repeater, it'll take a little bit longer. So you're going to see an even more dramatic pause now that I've added 2 of these repeaters together. See that? That's really obvious at this point. Okay, now how can we use that to our advantage? Well, lots of different reasons, lots of ways to do it. If you were watching our live stream yesterday with the Creaky Buzzard, myself, we built a lighthouse. And by using these repeaters in a very complex way, we were able to slow that signal down so that and put the signal in a loop, which allowed us to cause lights to continue on in a pattern. And I'm gonna show you that right now, but I'm gonna do it just a little bit differently, and then I'll go ahead and set up the device that we created yesterday for our lighthouse. So let me go ahead and get this stuff together, and I'll show you what I mean, how we can do this. Okay, I'm going to leave this, maybe I won't. Yeah, I will. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take these redstone lamps and put one here. And there, okay. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and put some redstone down there, like so. Okay, and a signal here. And let's keep it consistent. So I'm going to throw that down there. Okay, so before I stand on this pressure plate, tell me what's going to happen. We've got the signal, the redstone dust going to this first repeater, and then it continues forward. It also branches off to this light. So I haven't clicked any of these timers, any of these little switches. So what's going to happen when I stand on this pressure plate? Anyone want to guess? Go ahead and think about it. Pause it if you're going to consider the answer, if you need the time, but let's go ahead and stand on the pressure plate and see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So even with it turned on, or I should say with the signal up to the fastest, there is that tiny delay, that 1 tick delay. So you notice all of them do turn on, all of them do turn off, but there is just a slight little delay in the signal length. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Okay, and that slows it down. Now, I've seen people do this, like make a fake, in fact, me, I made a fake airport landing strip at one point, and not on any of these builds, but I used this kind of an idea to make landing lights on the airport landing strip. So you can see how it works. And it was done in a loop so that it would, we'd have a pattern of lights that would continually go. Okay, now let's go ahead and add 1 tick to it. 1 tick on each one. Okay, what's going to happen now? Well, let's find out. Notice it's slowed down. And slows down, turning off. And of course, I can do it the same kind of thing. Now, the reason it's happening this way is I think it's pretty obvious at this point. We've slowed down the signal to this one, and there's a delay. The light comes on. We slow down the signal on this one. The power goes through and then turns on that light, but there's a slight delay here, and so on and so on and so on. Alrighty, for fun. Let's see how long this takes. Turn them all the way up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and step on the, there you go. Okay, so you get the idea. Now, using these different patterns and using this redstone creative ways, you can do interesting things. You can, boy, I've seen some really fascinating stuff. And of course, we've got some great redstone people that just really get these concepts down and do some fantastic things. But one thing I want to show you, if we do create a redstone pattern and put it in a circle, what happens? Especially, I'll tell you what, even especially if we use a redstone repeater. I'm going to go ahead and create 4 of them here. Okay, what's going to happen when I stand on this pressure plate? So what's going to happen when we stand on this pressure plate? Well, got any ideas? If you don't know, think about it. Let's see what happens. Okay, obviously we've got a circle going. It continues to go on. Now what happens when I get off of the pressure plate? Let's find out. The signal continues on. Why is that happening? Even if I get rid of the pressure plate and this piece of dust, what's happening now? Well, the signal is going through each one of these repeaters and getting amplified. So it is a continuous loop. It's going to continually keep the power going through all of these devices. Doesn't matter what the signal strength is, doesn't matter how many ticks it's at, the signal is going to be going through. Okay, what happens if I break one of these? It'll eventually turn off. Now that is what we used when we created our lighthouse pattern. That's kind of the idea. But you're thinking, all right, well, the lighthouse lights don't just go on and stay on. You know, what's the sense of that? You might as well just power it with a redstone torch. Well, let me show you why. Let me show you what we did. Now, this is a little bit of complex redstone work, but it uses the same principles, all the principles that we just showed you. We're not going to get into anything more fancy than what you just saw. So what I am going to do here, let's do it from, let's see. Yeah, let's do it from here. Alrighty. I have got, let's see, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yep, this is right. 3, 4. Okay. You know what? Let's put another one on top of each other. Okay. So let's do a little repeater work. I'm going to put a repeater in front of each one of these redstone lamps. Now this works because the redstone, the power comes directly out of these repeaters going forward. Notice the arrow there. So it's just like having a piece of redstone in front of it. It will send power to that block. Now the power actually will go 2 blocks, so it'll light up both of these. And you'll see that in just a minute. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add a repeater going that way, a repeater going that way, and that way. So this looks complex. I am going to run some redstone between all of these guys, just like this. And you'll notice that I do have this switch going. And this is going to be important for a second. Now, looking at this mess, yeah, I know it looks really complicated. Your brains might have shut down right now since this is a basic class. But you're looking at this going, you know, all right, well, what's going on? What's happening? There is a path to the redstone. And it will actually work better if I take this out. If I knock this, put a hole in here, and eventually pick that up. Now you'll notice the direction of the redstone. The redstone has got little tails on it right now. One is going that way and one is going this way. We don't have a tail going this way or to that one. Reason being, again, these repeaters face the direction that the power is going to flow. So always remember that little arrow. So we have a little tail going into the repeater, which means that it's going to allow the power to flow through there. It also comes in through this end. So even though we have redstone on this side of it, it shows you that there's no tail there, which means that no power, or this repeater is not affecting this piece of redstone. This redstone is going to that repeater right there. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's not too complicated. I'm going to put the switch down here. Now the switch is on this block, so it's only going to power this block right here. So what happens now, if you look at this mess, this block is going to get powered, which is going to send a signal to this piece of redstone. Now that means signal is going to go this way and signal is going to go that way. These three, we're just going to concentrate on this one right now. These 3 pieces of redstone are going to be powering those 3 repeaters, which are going into those lamps. Now what's going to happen when I hit this switch to the whole thing? Go ahead and pause it if you need to think about it, but I am going to hit that switch in 3 seconds. 2, 1, go. Everything comes on and stays on. Again, there's no delays other than the minor delay that the repeater normally has, which I think is just 1 click. I'm even going to turn the switch off because we have that loop going that we talked about earlier. Okay, they're all interconnected, so the power is going in a big circle, looping all the way around here. So that means all of these devices have been powered and are staying on, and the power just continues to loop around it. I can stop that because we have 1 piece of redstone right here. If I knock that one out, that'll break the loop, and everything gets turned off. Okay, I can turn it back on. I should say I can recreate that loop just by hitting the redstone there. So I'm going to get a little tricky now. And just to show you what it can do, you don't need to remember this. Turning this full ticks, all 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That slows down the signal between each device. Okay, and now I'm going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Counting with OldZorro. Okay, now what I have just done is I played with the timing all throughout this device here. So what happens when we turn on the hit that switch? Remember, the signal is going to go. We have a full 3 ticks here, which is going to slow down the signal going to this next bank of, I should say, let me back that up. This switch is going to hit this piece of redstone, which is going to send a signal over here to these 3 and right here to this 1. Now this has got a long tick delay, so it's going to take a little while before it passes through this device. But it will cause this light to turn on first, and then this light, and then that light, just because of the delay. The timing on that light and that light are the same. So when that light turns on, this light will also turn on, because the signal has been pushed through there to a no delay repeater, one that's been delayed a little bit, and so on. So if we did this right, we should get lights going in a circle. And oh, by the way, I only want to hit one. I only want to turn on the power right away. If I leave the switch on, that'll ruin it. That'll keep power going constantly. I don't want to do that. I just want to send one signal and then shut it off real quick. So I'm going to be turning this lever on and off just so I can send one quick bit of signal through here to get things started. So I hope that's not too complicated. I hope I didn't lose everybody here. We're going to stop right here so your brain can absorb it before we head on over to the mystery house. But let's take a look at this and see how it works. Ready? Click. And there it goes. And this is what causes the effect of the, well, there you go. The effect of the moving lights in the lighthouse. The fact that the signal is getting shared, getting moved around between the different light banks like that. That's a cool effect, huh? Looks good. Now, of course, you could do something similar to this in a line. You can do it in a bigger circle. You could do more lights. But that's some of the basics, some of the fancy stuff that you can do with just repeaters and redstone and lights. Now, what if I put doors down here? Well, you'd have doors opening and closing all the way around in a circle. So lots of different things you can do with that signal. That's kind of fun, huh? All right, let's go and break that signal. They'll all get turned off and put it back on. So I hope you found that informative. We're going to get into some deeper stuff as time goes on. We'll show you more about using, we'll be using, just about everything from pistons to sticky pistons to different devices that can be powered and what they do. But experiment around with that. Just experiment with redstone, redstone repeaters and lights, and to kind of get an idea of how that works. But these are the very, very basics. Everything starts here. So once you get these down and once you understand how these works, the sky's the limit. You can just go and have all kinds of fun. Alrighty. So here we are. This is the time we promised we would head on over to the mystery house. And if it's not dark outside, we'll do that. Actually, if it's dark outside, it might even be better. It's getting dark, or is it becoming day? Oh, it's getting dark. Oh, this is a good time to go. Good. This is perfect timing. Okay. And you'll see why in a minute. We can go over there when it's a little bit dark. Hopefully we don't have many monsters, but if we do, let me get my trusty bow ready. Alrighty, and we're coming up on the mystery house. Tell me if you recognize it. If you do recognize it, oh, we do have monsters. Look at that. We have too many monsters. Gah. You're ruining my effect. Anybody behind me? Nope. Okay, buddy. I see ya. I guess monsters in this house would be appropriate. But I'm not going to tell you why. Okay. So here's the mystery house. Yes, it's several parts. And what's that up there? Looks like somebody's in the window. Can't quite make it out, but somebody's up in that one lit window up in the mystery house. Okay. Put your comments, put your guesses down in the comments and see if you know what the mystery house is. Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody. We appreciate your coming on by and spending some time with us. I hope the redstone tutorial was useful for you. If you think it is, if you have comments about the redstone or about the mystery house, please let me know in the comments. That would be very, very helpful. And you know what? Let's do something. This might add to it. Sometimes redstone, if you put it down on the ground, looks like blood. Oh, can't put it on that. Okay, that might give you a little hint as to what this house is. Ah! You! I knew that. I knew I'd get attacked out here in the dark. How rude. All right. Well, look at that. An arrow right in the stomach, right in the appendix. Gah. Anyways, thanks everybody. Appreciate you coming on by. We always enjoy having you. Ew, sticky. We always enjoy having you come on by. Let me know if you're enjoying the Mystery House series, and we'll do more. But put your comments down as to what this is, and if you're, if you like old black and white movies, if I should do this in black and white, shouldn't I? You should know what this is. But thanks everybody. It's a lot of fun. Look, I got an arrow in the back of the neck too. What a day. But we had fun. Thank you very, very much. And we look forward to seeing you next time on OldZorro Plays Minecraft. Bye, everybody.